everybody? This is Sin000 here with pretty much a live stream of my very first tier list for the PS4 SMITE. So this tier list is gonna be different. Hang on, give me a sec. Gotta beat that. This tier list is gonna be slightly different from, like, in my opinion, from a PC's perspective, because I'm gonna be looking at this from a console perspective. So in console, we all know.
Yeah, because people on console suck.
Yeah.
Oh, why is no one doing anything but me?
All right.
God, fuck.
All right. I also got.
Wow.
On mute.
Click, bitch. New stream setup, Killing Floor 2, Smite, Tekken 7, and so much more. Clickbait much.
Alright. God damn.
Yo, maybe I should just edit my stream to say, like, frickin' giveaway at 1 million.
Alright, no,
Giveaway at 1,000 followers. It's
right
never
now?
gonna happen.
Yeah, I'm doing the tier list.
Yo, can I help?
Yeah, you can. Alright, so.
Oh,
I'm watching. I'm
So
watching.
yeah. This is Sin000. Welcome to my very first tier list. This is gonna be the first one that's gonna be posted up on YouTube after I edit and everything. But this is gonna be a tier list for specifically PlayStation 4 console. This is from me playing it for the last, like, what, year and a half or 2 years now. The game's been on console, playing both ranked, casuals, and all other types of things. We know we have a pseudo Smite PS4 league that's being started up by a group of very can-doers or whatever, and on Facebook. So shout out to the PlayStation 4 Smite community. It's a closed group. Try to get in touch with some of the streamers such as myself or Fire5. I want to say Lee. I don't know his full thing is like Lee 57 or something, but hit up Lee, try to join. It's a closed group. I think it has like PS4 Smite community with Circat on it, but it's a good group to join. Everybody's cool. No one's really a dick in there. It's one of the better communities out there. So,
But you're in there.
what is up with all these? With all this freaking notifications. Alright, well, let's just ignore that for now. So let's get into it, right? So we're gonna for the tiers, we got SS, S plus, S, S minus, A plus, A minus, B, C, D. A is gonna be our pinnacle of balance, pretty much. Any gods placed here in A are balanced. Now, the ones placed in A minus are also balanced, but not very played a lot, or they're like not slightly below balance, but they're just like a balanced god, but kind of weak kind of weak in a way. And then A plus is a balanced god, but still strong. Like, you could say they're the type of god that's pushing that like scale to about to be broken, or like really broken. S minus is pretty much.
Sin. Real quick, what format are you using? Are you using like the juice format, or are you using the Smite Guru format?
This is the Smite Guru's tier list thing.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. I just want to be on the same page.
Alright, oh yeah, by the way, we're gonna have Ryu Dude 1, who's gonna be keying in on some keynotes and whatnot, so you might hear him off and on coming in.
What's up?
So
Pen is probably gonna make some weird comments too.
and I got B-Ball Panda 3. But yeah, S minus are gods that are pretty much ban worthy. They're ban worthy or first pick. So that's pretty much what the S tiers are. Like, these are all gods that are gonna be pretty much first pick, first ban. They determine your pick and ban phase in both conquest and professional play if we ever get in PS4, but we're probably gonna be pushing it. And then SS is just Uber tier, pretty much. Broken, needs to be taken out the game, or needs to be addressed immediately, this, that, and the third. And then move it back down to B, C, and D. We all know D is unplayable completely. Don't play it. If you see a god down there, do not play it. C is a god that you pretty much only should play in casual game modes, such as Siege, Arena, or anything that's not conquest map or ranked conquest. or even duel at the matter. And in B, usually you might see some guys that really do good in duel here in B, or just guys that only like a true master can play. Such as a prime example, we already gonna know it's gonna be a guys like a Muzakov and Anubis. Only guys who really know how to play these guys will only got those type of guys will be here in B. But they
B and C are more like
they're just
you have to
but
build a
yeah,
team
like
around
at
them.
the end of the day, these are gonna be gods, and B and C and D are gods that are usually not played, should not be played in a serious environment or even like in a conquest setting really much. And that's what this tier list is for. It's pretty much for the conquest game mode mainly, and mainly rank conquest. This is so that you guys who are getting new to Smite and everything, you already know what you're gonna be looking at by the time you get into the game. So you won't be going to conquest and you'll be going like, oh, Muzakov's really fucking broken, and in actuality, he's not really broken. It's just that you're just bad at the game, or just don't know how to fight against him. Because we all know, for a Muzakov, all you have to do is camp his lane. He's useless, pretty much. Still got a good end game, but yeah. But let's start it off, right? Enough said. So we're gonna start with Agni. Agni is literally A. Like the first letter in his name, Agni is A, which is balanced. He has been the most balanced character in Smite for like ever, and this is before Xbox even got the game. So,
Whoa. He used to be S.
well, he used to be okay. At one point he did break into the S bracket at one point, but Hi-Rez quickly switched that back. Was like, okay, we gotta take this out. And hang on, guys.
What do you mean switched it back? It was that way for like a season and a half.
It was like that for a good minute. All right.
Who
It was during a
who
time.
has a CC immune dash?
Yeah, he did. He had a CC.
It don't matter
Yeah, it
anymore.
don't matter anymore. Ever since that change, he's just been balanced ever since then. Like, it was only like literally one nerf. They nerfed him one good time, and that's all they needed to do. Ever since then, the guy's been balanced. He's really good clear, good control, kind of slightly weak early game, but that's once he hits level 4 to 5, that's when he like pretty much his weakness is gone and he's able to do stuff. Once he gets his ult, pretty much. But the god's balanced, pretty good god. I suggest that every mid player, if you're a mid main, have an Agni pick, Agni pocket pick in your toolkit. All right. He's a good god to play with. He's pretty fun, pretty cool. Does a lot of damage in game if you build him correctly. So yeah, Agni's good. Amuzenkov. We're putting him. I'm gonna put him in B.
B.
Yeah, I'm gonna put him in B. Because Amuzekov's his early game is pretty good. Like his early game, like alright, in the meta we all know right now that you want to have wave clear, really good wave clear at level 1. Right? So that way you can push into the jungle and get buffs, you know, like yada. If you've seen SPL, you know what I'm talking about. Amuzekov's pretty good at that. You build him with Death's Toll, even Bluestone Pendant. He just clears the wave, and if he has like a half decent support, he clears the wave with one ability. And if you if you're one of those supports who like to use Frenzy at level 1 to clear the wave even faster, Amuzekov's your guy. But the problem with Amuzekov is that if he gets ganked a lot, then he's useless. He has no escape. He has no way to really like bait anybody and then have a good way to like get out and get out and like do any trick plays or anything like a Hui Yi or a Jingwei or like even on Neef.
No.
Even Neef can bait with her backflip and anything like that. Amuzekov is literally like, I gotta walk in a straight line and try to juke abilities if I want to live. If I'm getting ganked by 2 to 3 people.
Yes.
Or he has to sit there and fight. If he's a hit, then that's a lot better in his favor because he can more likely kill the behind hunter before the jungler could kill him, so he still trades out. But even then,
See, I won't even say like a more than like if AMC gets ahead, he's gonna kill anything that's in front of him. Period.
right?
Like his damage late game is just ridiculous. I mean, he has, like you were saying with his early game clear, his bees, his swarm at level 1 does 60 damage, and that's ticking damage.
Yeah, like but like I say, like late game, he is one of the more like dangerous hunters at late game. The only problem is that he has to get there, and then even if he does get there, he still has to watch his toes. My man has to watch his, like, what's that song? He gotta watch his feet. He's gotta be tiptoeing in his Jordans. Like, that's a Moose and Cobb. He's tiptoeing in his Jordans, like, all the late game. So, moving on, we got Opwash. Opwash is in B. The reason why I put Opwash in B is because I like the god. Like, in a way, I like the god. I got a friend who plays the god, and the god does a shit ton of damage. Like, Opwash,
Except for that all.
even or head fucking hurts. Even when he's behind, this god hurts. The only problem with this god is like, it's like the Anubis syndrome. It's just a lot of damage. Just the ult is just so lackluster. Doesn't do anything. Like, you're using your ult to clear wave, basically. That's what his ult has come down to. After all the changes to it and the nerfs, his ult has just become, I'm just gonna throw it out there just to clear wave. You can't.
More like a zoning tool.
Yeah, it's just zone.
You can't even really use it to zone anymore because people will team fight in the middle of the ult because it doesn't do
Right,
anything.
exactly. And then you can body block the ghost depending on which way they're coming from. And they're coming from back to front. And they're coming from back to front. You could be a hunter standing behind your guardian while still hitting the Opwash with auto attacks.
Yep.
So the ult is just useless. That's the problem with Opwash. The rest of the kit's fine. He probably needs like some movement speed or something built into his kit to make him a better god and try to get him at least out of B and into A minus. But right now, Opwash is B. You only play this guy for fun, or if you're playing with him with friends and you all know like how to play with the god and around him. But if this is a tier list for like 3v3, Opwash will be like S minus, because in 3v3 joust, Opwash is like the worst fucking mage to fight against. Just saying.
Yeah.
But in conquest setting and overall game, Opwash is a B. Next god, Amaterasu. Me personally, I'm putting Amaterasu at A plus. Maybe S minus, but I'm gonna put her at A plus. And the only reason why I'm putting her at A plus is because A plus is like the cornucopia of above A but about to hit S. That's kind of where she's at right now, Amaterasu, because since her early game's kind of weak compared to some of the other like warriors are getting played right now in the meta. It's just that everything pretty much is like a coin. Heads, she's not so strong, but once she hits like level 9 to 10 and starts getting really into her build and everything, you flip the coin, go to tails, and now she's like the best fucking warrior in game, in my opinion. Like DM says it, and others say it, and I agree. The Amaterasu has the best in-game for all warriors. Period. No ifs, ands, or buts. Like, that ult coming off a cooldown for like almost every like 60 seconds is ridiculous. It stuns everybody, does decent amount of damage. Her passive, she gives you either power or movement speed, and she heals herself when she switches stances between the two. So if she gets like shield of regrowth, she gets movement speed. And if she's switching to movement speed, she gets even more movement speed. So you're not going to catch her if she's run away from you, and she still has a dash that silences. And if she's using movement speed with the rest of her team, then you're definitely not going to catch their team if they decide to walk away or chase you down in the jungle, especially if they're hit. You know what I'm saying? So Amaterasu, I'm putting her at A+. You guys disagree? Anything? You want to chime in?
No, I agree.
No, I totally agree.
So next hunter we're going into.
Sin?
Yeah.
Sorry, I was trying to say something. I didn't realize my mic was muted.
Nerd.
Yeah.
Isn't it always muted?
But no, I'm gonna agree. I'm gonna slightly disagree with you. I think she belongs in A, just because she has the best end game amongst warriors, and once, like you said, once she gets to that point, she's like, hey, I'm Amaterasu, I'm here. But at the same time, she's very team fight oriented. So it's like if you catch her by herself, she pretty much just dies for free.
Yeah, true, but it's still gonna be hard to catch her by herself. Like, even if you catch her by herself,
I don't think so. Like, I think it's
like,
especially like in a gank situation, if she gets ganked, like, she's very killable. She's not
I wouldn't say
scary.
really.
It's like I'm not afraid to gank Amaterasu.
Like, but that's the thing about Amaterasu. What I like about Amaterasu because you won't be afraid to gank her, but like it's always a 50-50 you're gonna kill her or not. Because if her ult's up,
I mean,
if
that's
her
what most
ult,
warriors
if her ult is up, you're not gonna kill her, unless you have to dive the tower. Because when you gank an Amaterasu, the Amaterasu's goal is to waste your time there as much as possible. Yeah, but like other warriors can't do it as well as Amaterasu. Amaterasu can literally
But other
like
warriors can also
switch
kill.
stances. Guan Yu, yes, because that fucking ult, that horse just takes him so far good. Robin, not so much because
Well, I
you
mean,
can follow him much easier.
but I mean, like, just look at other warriors. Like, we're not even gonna talk about Bologna because that's just not even fair. We're not gonna talk about Osiris because it's kind of the same
Yeah,
thing.
but the problem
But like,
with him,
when
he
you
has
have
a sustain
warriors,
ability. So you could get chunked
listen,
down a little bit. Amaterasu has sustain. Alright.
listen. When you take into consideration other warriors, especially like Tyr, for example, like whether Tyr has his ultimate or not, chances of killing a Tyr off a gank are low.
Yeah. Well, it depends. I think it depends on warrior setup then. Team comps, everything. But I think
So
I
like,
think I still
me
want to keep her
personally,
A plus.
I would give her A.
I'm gonna keep her A
I mean,
plus.
that's fine. I'm
Yeah.
just saying, like, I think she's
Alright.
A.
So we're gonna move on to the next hunter. So I'm gonna defer on her over to to my younger brother, Wolf, because Wolf is really good with hunters.
I can already tell you where on her
So
belongs.
I'm saying for on her, I'm thinking A or A plus,
A
because
plus.
he's strong, has a good early game, has a good mid game. His kit is fucking awesome. I love his kit. I love the god. It's just that at late game, his damage is not all there, but it's still kind of there. He's still a threat because of that passive. But they're all better like hunters at late game. But other than that, man's good in two phases of the game, and he has
See, I
a
think
good team fight in like anywhere on the map. Like my man could be in lane and still fuck you up. Be in the jungle, still fuck you up. Anywhere, still fuck you up. That's on her.
I say A plus because, like, in my opinion, like, yeah, his damage kind of falls off a little bit in the late game, but that's because in every other part of the game, he's doing so much damage that his late game just looks weaker by comparison.
And don't get me wrong.
Like, he still hits like a truck. He has a built-in Iqbal at level 1. And it's like, Honor is one of those hunters where you really don't want to fight him early on unless you have some type of trick up your sleeve.
Right.
Like, unless you're Apollo or Rom who has a steroid. Like, unless you have some type of steroid, you really don't want to fight Honor
Yeah,
early.
not by yourself.
If you pair him
It's
up
like-
with Sobek,
Yeah, if you're a hunter, you would, but something else.
it's like auto
Yeah.
winning.
Yeah, like
D,
in terms of hunting. I
If
mean,
you
like,
want, you can go play
Yeah.
another. You could play another game because we're gonna be doing tier list, and we're still in the A's. So if you don't want to wait,
No, I don't feel like dealing with more random, so
Alright.
wait.
oh, and that reminds me, like, real quick, also another fun fact about Honor. He's one of 2 hunters that has a stun or some type of CC that does damage and isn't his ultimate.
right, which is really good. He got a knock up stun,
I'm
slow.
dipping for
His
a game.
kid's just like so much CC. All right, next guy.
Yeah, it's like people complain about Cernunez, but I'm like, did you forget about Honor?
On her was Cernunez before Cernunez was even a thought.
Right.
All right, so next god is Anubis. I'm putting him in B. I don't have to say much.
That there's no
There
discussion.
should be no discussion. There should be no argument. Anubis is a B god. If you see the trend with all the B gods, every last one of them does damage, but they all fucking suck when the team decides, hey, I want to go kill that guy. Okay, I'll help. They're dead. Period.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
They're fine.
Or you can just be
And,
Kali and say, hey, you're a squishy mage, so I'm
Yo,
gonna
they're
kill you.
fine. Don't get me wrong. But so far, all our B gods are all guys that are just nah.
Would you put AMC?
AMC's B.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Ao Kwong, I'm gonna put Ao Kwong in A, and the only reason why I'm putting Ao Kwong in A is because I feel as though that right now in the meta, it's just not for him because of the early game, and he has to like survive level 1 pretty much, and
Yep.
that's the problem with Alcon, that he can't really like have enough damage to warrant like a level 1 fight, pretty much. All he has is the fucking storm call, and I mean like no matter what ability you get, either way, it doesn't matter because it doesn't matter because with and then we got Bracer in the meta now, so you could go like burst your whole kit, go straight into your ult if you think they don't have beads, and then you hit Bracer just a second before they get grabbed. You're just gonna toss them in the air and be like, well, he's not gonna die.
I don't know. I would still say Alcon is like A plus, just because, like you said, if you don't stop him at level 1, that's pretty much
But
GG.
even at like even
Dodgy
even,
comes out, it won't
but
be GG.
Dodgy's already out.
I mean,
She's available.
oh yeah, just like she just teleports on him, he won't be able to get away at all.
Oh, yeah, like
Because the dots.
well for console she's not out, but like
I mean,
yeah.
but like she's any dots is pretty much a counter to him, and Dodgy has burst damage to warrant going in his face.
I think in like in an actual scenario, I think Alcon could probably, well, maybe not at level 1. Not at level 1, he couldn't beat a Dodgy, but like maybe like level 6, 7. I think Alcon could take a Dodgy.
Either way, I don't like Alquan currently in the meta because the early game is such a big focus, and that's what Alquan lacks in early game. He only comes online until the mid and late game when he's really doing stuff. Or if he gets like early kills in the late game, in the early game because his team helped him get there. Because the great thing about Alquan is that unlike a Thana who has to like go in the air and then hit his execute, Alquan just has to be like close enough to you, and while everybody else is doing damage to you, and he can get the execute, which is pretty good because then like if he's behind, his team could burst down somebody, he could just walk in and take the kill that his team allows him to. That's the great thing about Alquan behind in the early game. But if Alquan can't get no kills like within the first 10 minutes or something, he's not gonna do nothing until mid to late game. But yeah, he's not on the same level in my eyes as Amaterasu on her right now, of what we already have in A plus. Because these two guys,
They're good at all the stages of the game.
right, exactly. Even Amaterasu has a slightly, like these two up here in A plus, you can even like warrant these as bans right now, still, depending on who you go against. Especially if you're like in Conquest, like rank, and you know who's on the enemy team just because you like see him stream or anything, you go like, oh shit, I'm gonna ban on her because he has a damn good on her. You know what I'm saying? Like those are actual bans. Alquan, you don't need to ban Alquan.
All
It's
right.
not that many. And
Real quick, I would never ban
Yo.
on her. I
I banned Zadman's on her
I will
back in like.
body
I
Zadman.
know, but like.
Zadman's washed up.
All right, moving on. Aphrodite. I'm gonna put her at A. I haven't played enough Aphro, but what I've seen, I think she's an A, or maybe an A plus. She's one of these two. I don't know where I want to put her at because, like, at the end of the day, Aphro's just the same: stun, heal, good sustain, good clear, good generically around all stages of the game.
I would say A plus.
Huh?
I would say
Okay,
A
I
plus.
say A plus too. Like, and she could mid solo,
Because it's
and
like-
she could be like a pseudo support. So yeah, I put her at A plus.
Yeah, it's like you can play her almost anywhere. At late game, she allows the team to siege. Early game, you can't really kill her.
And then once she hits level 5, there's almost damn near almost no way to kill her. Especially if she plays it
Yeah,
correctly.
she's a walking
If
Aegis.
she plays it correctly, you're not gonna kill her fast enough to like go to stop her team to counter engage you and kill you for it. Or she lives and y'all just get wiped because of it, because y'all waste everything trying to kill her. So yeah, I put her A plus. So next god is Apollo. I think I want to put him in S minus, and the only reason why I want to put him in S minus is because his boxing is he's like one of the best and yeah, like I think he still hits, like Wolf said, he still hits the hardest. His pass is really fucking good, especially in the early game. If you frenzy the wave, so beautiful, plus his passive, the wave's dead. the ways they like best tower, and he's literally the best objective killer when it comes to towers and even objectives. Like, and then his and yeah, oh okay, well tower pusher, like split pusher. That's what
Soul and Chronos will split faster than him.
well, but yeah, but they can still
Thank you,
die.
Jared.
Apollo could
That's
just
what I'm saying. He's better at getting away.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Pushing,
That's what I'm
they
trying to
will
like
burn
split
faster.
pushing as a whole. Like you get in
Yeah,
the
but
tower.
are you
and
ranking
get
him
out.
that high just to do it?
Apollo's like
Because
A.
there are guards that can do that better than him.
Technically, Chronos can get out.
All right, then we'll put him.
I
in
would say
play.
A plus. I wouldn't say
Place
S.
is different. It's
Yeah, I
not
would say
the best push.
I like Apollo, cause I like, and then like
Yeah, I think you're just ranking him that high because you like him. He's really like A or A plus, definitely not
I
S.
give him A
all right,
plus.
I'll
Like,
agree with that. I'll give him A plus.
because like you said, he's a really good boxer. He's a really good split pusher, and because of his ult, he can not only get out of any situation, but he can also go into any situation.
Arachne's going A.
For people, when they're in the game, then
Yeah.
you have a problem that you gotta deal with, or else you can
All right, so our next guy.
face essence.
All right, so
Yeah.
next guy is Arachne. I put her straight to A minus. The only time this guy is broken is in like in casual games where the players don't know what they're doing against her. That's the only time where she's
So that
broken.
doesn't make her broken. That just makes them bad.
No. Like what he's saying is like she's not really that.
She's a
great.
pub stomper.
Arachne's really, she's a pub
Yeah,
stomper.
if the enemy team's
Like,
nothing
she
but
only
ran,
does
like
well
if
with
your
people who
team's
don't know
randos,
what to do.
if your team's full of randos and their team's full of randos, and none of them have no communication whatsoever, Arachne could get away as she's a pub stomper. She could pub stomp that game depending on the situation, depending on the players.
Like I had an Arachne in my rank game today, and early on she was like running the jungle because my jungle
Right.
didn't know what to do. But once we got a foothold, she didn't do
Exactly.
anything for us.
So because someone else doesn't know how to play against it, it makes the god good?
No. What,
If no one,
it's a like she's a
And I
she's
can't-
a she's one of those type of guys that has like that like not a lot of people are familiar with her because not a lot of people play
That's
against
what I'm saying.
it.
So because people don't know how to play against her, that makes her good. I think that just makes her
no,
good.
it's D. You're not understanding. It's not that people don't know how to play against her. It's that people don't know what she does.
Right. That's it. Like it
Yeah,
makes
she
her good.
doesn't
It makes her good is because like, and then she's also like in my eyes. I was what? Why you say she's a good?
She
I said she can be too.
especially during team fights.
Thank
But
you,
her-
Jay.
Nothing.
But her early game is really strong though, and coupled with the right, like her level 1 is still a good fight too.
Why pick her over any other jungle?
Okay.
Of course you
Sin,
wouldn't
sin,
pick
sin.
her over any
That's
other.
what I'm saying. She doesn't warrant to A because you wouldn't
But
choose to
like,
pick her.
but at the same time,
Yep.
A is also for like the balance of the god and everything else. So I think like at level like right now like Arachne, I would pick Arachne over these,
Yeah, she's
but I will
balanced.
pick her over these three. That's pretty much what I'm trying to
That's
say.
fine. That doesn't mean she doesn't
Right.
belong there.
But A minus is not a like balance. It's like slightly going below balance
But she,
and pushing the B.
No, she's
That's the-
balanced.
that's the
She's
point
just
of
not
A minus.
very playable.
So technically, she fits a A minus ranking
I feel as though.
because
I think Arachne is B.
Because it's the same way with Jason's on Quash.
Not
People
really,
get burned
because-
by that.
but Jason is really good with that
That's
one
what
guy.
I'm saying.
But that's the point of B though. B is like you have to be a master of those guys to make them good, to make them on the same
you
level
need
as
a
a
team.
balanced
I
god.
feel as though that
Or you need a
Aquash,
team to make
if
them
you
work.
don't know how to, like,
Alright, so answer this question for me.
because it's
Get to
like,
late game
Aquash
and start
is
team fighting, and what does
Brazilian's
Arachne
most
have
back
other than maybe a rep?
Right, but the,
She-
Good anti-hero.
She has the ability to
Burst
pick
damage,
off somebody.
Zone everyone.
right, and that's
I
all
feel as
good. But
though-
it's just that like
It
everybody.
would be like the same for him. He's technically a balanced god, but he just doesn't have a good ult. He technically
So
would
what?
be
You
an
wanna?
A-minus.
So we should put him up in A minus then. So if we're going with that, Arachne and Aqua should be an A minus then. See, that's you. That's like me.
I think
kinda
both of
like
them
I
should be in
don't
B.
see her as relevant anywhere where I could just pick someone
'Cause-
better and have
because
have a better
the
outcome.
reason why I
And
also
like-
have Arachne here is because from what I've seen of other players who actually play Arachne, they all do really fucking good and know what they're doing with the god. even at late game, that got it. They still be a fucking threat. They be in fucking team fights, killing a whole entire hunter and getting out for free, turning whole team fights around. They go into rank and they wreck shop in solo lane with the Arachne.
I feel as though she's because when I
Like,
do tier
that's
list,
what I've seen.
What I think of tier list is like at their best potential, what can they do?
Mm-hmm.
Arachne
Right.
in the hands of a really good person can do something.
Mm-hmm.
But like it's like when you watch the SPL, like you don't see Arachne unless you really know how to play her and you pick her around.
Mm-hmm.
I feel as though she doesn't do anything
Actually,
in the
hold up.
way that
We
she
actually did
warrants
see
to be
Arachne
in this.
recently.
Because it's like with the other ones, you have to be a master to really get them going.
Mm-hmm. But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's another thing about like in being A and A. Like, you don't have to be a master of these guys. You can live like anybody
You
can
have to
pick.
be a master, right?
Huh?
Because so many Arachnes, so many. You cannot just.
I feel as though
play
those people
her
just don't know how
and
to
get
play.
her Gonri 3
That-
and
that's-
you're still bad.
I feel
Like,
sorry for those people, man, because that
there's
she to me is
God
easy.
people.
Like the fucking web is like one of the most easiest things to hit too.
I mean, yeah, but once you
It's
get
like
in
once
the
you do
face-
that, you're just pretty much like, oh, it's simple. Hit one, hit two, walk up to him, I'll attack him, and he should technically die.
I mean, yeah, if that person don't kill you back.
It's not lying. And then she hits things. So either way, all right. So we're gonna do this. Arachne's A minus and Apache is A minus.
Plus, that one, I would put it there. That was B.
All right, but like A minus is sort of like your B plus, kind of, because A minus is just like a big ass fucking spot. Oh my god, that's what we're gonna do there. All right, yeah. All right, Aries. Any thoughts on Aries? Especially including like what we've seen at SBL recently and what I've experimented. I think he's an A.
Yeah, I agree.
I think he's an A. Ahead, he's broken. Behind, he's bad.
Everyone's broken in the head.
Yeah.
It's their even game. If
Yeah.
their even game is good, then
Yeah. So yeah, like we don't have to talk much about Aries. We're gonna put him in A.
if there's ever a guy that comes out that's not broken in the head, then that guy is just complete trash.
All right, Artemis.
You know who's like that?
Hey.
A minus.
I'm
Yeah.
putting Artemis at 1. I don't think we. I mean at A. I don't think we have to talk much about it. I don't think we have to talk much about Artemis. She's gonna be at A.
I say
No,
A
I
minus.
think A
A
minus.
minus.
Yeah.
Yeah, she like. I
But
mean,
yeah, but like I can agree with Wolf. I think she's better than Arachne,
I think
I'll
so
give you
too,
that.
but
and she's better than a Opwash. You,
yeah, but you can't compare a hunter to a mid.
right, but
There's
I could
another
compare
hunter.
that. I could compare their pick worth and how much I've seen them on the PS4. And Artemis, you see her a lot. Like, and yeah, Artemis is like lane clear is good. Well, not her early game's rough, but it's still technically good with the right hunt with the right support. And once again, since this is like a new meta where the people are not building meditation, depending on what relic you get as your first relic, she could really get ahead if she gets her early kill.
That Artemis pops off good in team.
Yeah, and that too. She pops off good in team fights, and and besides, she has an ultimate. Opwash doesn't, even though Opwash has an ultimate. Like when I use Artemis ultimate, I know I'm using the ultimate unless for some reason they somehow get out the range of Tutski when I pop it, because they're like on the edge of it. Opwash, I throw the ult out, and I feel like I'm not doing nothing with it. It just sits there looking pretty. Well, not actually pretty, but looking ugly as fuck. But yeah, Artemis is an A, and I think that's where she belongs. Athena's an A plus. Athena's an A plus. She's a good support and she's good solo.
Great. And she's also an amazing jungle.
Yeah, and
too.
she could jungle. Yeah, I feel as though Athena's one of the gods. Athena is like ugly. She's not really. She's never been bad, and she always been decent and or good or broken. Never been bad.
Wait, you said you
What?
want to put her where?
A plus.
I say S minus.
S minus.
Yeah.
S minus. Like you said, she can be played in support, jungle, or solo. So she's multi-role. She has map presence. She can be anywhere on the map. Her taunt at max rank lasts for like 2.5 seconds, or even at rank one, it's still half a second, which is more than enough time.
No, that's the freeze is too.
Yes, but I mean, just like it's like she sets up so much stuff. She can
And
be
on the
support,
console, and
solo,
then
or
on the
jungle.
console,
Because when she's in a game, you have to play different.
right?
You can't just.
You can't play. You gotta play rare. And then if she's coupled with
Yeah,
a
it's
certain
like
god
when
named
you see.
Medusa, especially on console, which a lot of people like to do, she becomes
Once you
even
see
more
that Athena,
broken.
that whole fight just changed. Once you see that Athena,
I mean, she's literally one of the gods where it's like when you see her on the enemy team, you're like, shit. Now I have to deal with this.
Yeah,
just can't do it.
I agree. I agree. All right, so all right, Athena S minus. Awilix, I'm putting her at S minus. And the only reason why I'm putting her at S minus, the only reason why I'm putting Awilix at S minus is because her early mid game is literally probably the best out of almost all the assassins right now, and she's getting played so.
Except Thanatos.
Probably Thanatos. But and she gets played so much right now too on console for no fucking reason. You see her, I
No,
know, but
there's-
like,
There's a
Yeah,
reason, like Sin, for whatever. I don't know why everyone at Hi-Rez or why everyone in the community doesn't realize that level one feather step does 9,000
right?
damage.
They just found out, and like it's
That's
funny
actually
because it
accurate.
seemed like they just found out that it does 9,000 damage on console at least, because literally she wasn't being played in the minute split two, and then the second split of this season started. All of a sudden, I started seeing more Willix players. I'm going like, why is he playing the Willix? And mind you, they're all bad at Willixes, but it's the fact that she's getting played a lot. And then when you do see him, you go like, holy fucking shit, this dude's been playing her. That too, she's like Athena.
You got
If you see her,
you ain't gonna look at her with a jump. You're not gonna do that.
And then-
you can't turn your
Yeah,
back
that's
and
right.
run because
Yeah,
she
that
has
too.
a knockup. Like,
and then like she's she always the age-old Karen to gods like Bacchus and Odin. If you see Odin or Bacchus get picked into the game and a Willix hasn't been banned, usually the ranked player and or like pro team's gonna pick a Willix if they have an Willix player and go like, give me a Willix. And then that Odin and Bacchus player is gonna be hurt, is gonna hate themselves for the rest of that game, unless that Willix gets behind.
And then like here, and then there's the hidden mechanic that I don't think a lot of people know about a wheelish, is that, and I did it earlier in my rank game. I tagged a minion and then I went to go chase somebody. Isis tried to drop her ult to kill me because I was at like 50 health. I used my feather step and it took me back to the minion because I was within range and it still had the hit on it.
this is like a certain range. You can be.
I didn't even know
Yeah,
that.
there's a
Be
range.
a certain range between the person
Yeah.
you can.
It's a certain range.
It's not basic attack range. It's like a little bit more than basic attack.
Woo-wee. That's
So you can,
really
like,
good.
Like you can like as long as
Oh,
you
and
see
not to mention that
circle
feather
on
step
the
is just like,
That's tough.
not to mention that feather step is just an invincible move.
That
Like
too.
you literally
that
use it to
too,
dodge
Yeah.
Feather
stuff.
step dodges everything.
Yeah, you could use Feather Step to chase the pretty much die for Poseidon on the tower, and we all know how Poseidon's play. I'm about to die. I'm gonna use my ult on myself. Feather Step, bitch.
Feather step.
What are you feather? What are you cracking it now?
That is called feather step, but it hits like a fucking truck.
What's heavier? Feathers? A pound of feathers?
Stop.
No,
Next
what's
guy.
better? A Willix's Feather Step? Wait, what's heavier? A Willix Feather Step or 10 tons of steel? I think I'm going with a Willix Feather Step.
No, I'm going with carrying sin in a game.
Oh, wow. Alright, Bacchus. Put him at A+. He just got a model update. No real change to his kit. But I still think Bacchus is a really good support. I'm saying A+.
Yeah. I give him A+. I mean, he has anti-heal on his bird,
Knockout.
and he has a knockup and the AoE disorient.
Technically, and then like similar to Ares, they both do a lot of damage, but Bacchus damage is just more like It's just more present there. And like when you see Bacchus
So
jumps
here's the
at
thing.
you and you're half health, you're like, I'm going to die.
And here's the other thing about Bacchus that's kind of different than Ares. If Ares gets the first kill, he might still go either into tank boots or cooldown boots. If Bacchus gets the first kill, he's going into pin boots,
Yeah,
guaranteed.
pretty much. He's like, oh, I got enough gold to get me fucking pin boots. Let's go, fam. Bacchusora, B. B.
Yeah.
B.
Yeah.
The only time this god is good is in duel. That's when he's kind of broken. Other than that, the god is trash everywhere else. Even if, like,
Alright, let's
I have like close to almost 200 kills on him, with only like 10 or like less than like 50 assists on the god, at god rank what 2 I think, and I still don't have a lot of wins with him. You know why? Because no matter how good you can do with Bacchusora, you're still not gonna win the game. He's the epitome of like, yo, I'm so fed, I'm so broken right now. Who cares? Your team is dying. We took all your phoenixes and your towers. We have Fire Giant. GG, fam. I hope you have fun.
Bacchusura is literally the biggest, like, what are you doing in the
Right.
game? Like you say, he can literally be fed out of his head, and he can
And
like
still
get
not
a
matter.
pentakill. He can, and he will still lose that game.
Yes. Still, Bassett. I'm not too sure with this one. I haven't played a lot of Bassett, but I'm thinking she's an A. I want to say A. Because even though she has a pretty good, like, mid and early game, it's just that even, like, with the changes to, like, your pets not removing backdoor protection, she can't really split push like she used to anymore. It won't matter.
Yeah, actually,
It really won't matter. So
I
she
wouldn't
lost
agree
that,
with you
like,
because
split pushing potential, really, that she used to have with the fucking
her early
cats.
game is still good, but late game she literally
Right.
does
Like,
not.
she's like,
That's all I'm saying.
Especially after
she's
that,
sorta-
after that thing.
she gives me the same feeling
She
as
literally
as
doesn't.
Ao Kwang. Why am I really picking this guy? Like, every time I pick Bassett or Ao Kwang, I go like, why am I picking this guy again?
That's another problem. Like, late game.
Oh yeah.
No, I'd rather have an Alquang late game than a Bassett. I mean, at least Alquang can like burst somebody down, but Bassett, she will literally jump in on a mage and just tickle them and then jump
Yeah.
away.
Pretty much.
Bologna.
Cats die.
Bologna is
Bitch, broken.
Bologna will be our first god in S plus. We all know. There's no argument.
Guaranteed.
The bitch is
Stupid.
dumb.
we really don't even have to talk about it. Belong just fucking broken.
There's
Tired of her, yo.
There's
I feel like
literally
two
nothing
They
to talk
changed-
She
about.
was in every game I played, and she won
Even-
every single one.
Even when they make the change to Death's Toll, it doesn't fucking matter. Because Bludgeon still says, I cleared the wave at level 1 with Bludgeon and a couple of basics because I get AoE basics. Who cares? And if you waste your ability, like say and a lot of people keep trying to say, just pick Hercules, stop her clear. How the fuck I'm going to clear after I stop hers? She still gets AoE autos.
So no, Sin. Here's what you do. You pick Hercules,
Right.
right? She goes into Bludgeon. You drive and strike her into her minions. You then got minion aggro from archers and melees, and then you eat shit and die.
Apparently, that's what they want me to do, because that's what's going to happen. And more likely, since you're playing Hercules or Tyr, you got Bluestone headed to help your clear. Balone has Death's Toll. She doesn't need help clearing.
So she's gonna heal that all
She
up.
doesn't need help clearing. She just needs you to waste your bullshit on her. And if you do waste your bullshit, she goes like, bro, did you just hit me? Do you not know what's going to happen to you now? You're going to die. Like, yeah, she's broken. Kabrakan, after they did all the changes and nurse to him, he's an A. I don't think we have to talk much about him. I think he's a... Oh, shit, wrong. Yeah, he's an A. No, like, no real much talk about it. His ult's pretty good. It's good CC, walls everywhere, everything. He does pretty much good damage, everything. But what made him broken was the fact that he was able to do jungle and solo. Really fucking good. Now, he could barely do both of those at a high tier level. But he can still technically do them just not like he's just like, why would I play Cabrakan when I can go a Wheelix jungle? Why would I play Cabrakan jungle or solo if I could just play Athena solo or jungle? You know what I'm saying? That's basically Cabrakan. It's like Cabrakan's just one of those guys who are pretty good. I say he's probably going to be going back to just being only like a good pocket support pick, but that's where he belongs, is in A. Kamzats. I'm gonna put Kamzats in S minus. I'm putting him here because he could play jungle and solo very fucking well. The only bad thing about him is like the same bad thing with most gods is that once they get behind, they're shit, and that's kind of what Kamzats is. But for Kamzats, once he gets ahead, well, if he's equal to or ahead, he's still a threat. You think he's A plus?
I would. Yeah, I would say A
Okay.
plus.
So we're gonna say pretty much if you change the play, all right. So okay, all right then. I
That's
agree.
why I said S is reserved for people who change how you play the game if they're in the game.
But Bologna's different.
Yeah, because like the thing.
Bologna don't make you change the way you play the game. Bologna just says I win or you lose. All right then. So
See, the thing about Kamazalt is, it's like I say like A plus because he's really good, like you said, in both lanes. But the thing about Kamazalt is he can be out damaged by people like Susano, Bologna, and just like tankier things that he can't just burst down. And if you catch him if you catch him with either his ult down or his jump down, especially his ults down, he's usually pretty free.
But the great thing I do like about Kamzats is that you can still build him slightly on the tanky side. He's like Fenrir, but you can build him on slightly hybrid damage with damage and tank, and he still does a lot of damage. But unlike Fenrir, in late game, a hybrid tank damage Fenrir does less damage than a hybrid Kamazats. And I think that's only because of Kamazats' ult, which does more damage if he goes through multiple people with it.
Yeah, but I think I'd be afraid of a slightly tankier.
Oh
Fenrir
yeah,
than I
because
would a
if you
Kamazat,
get stunned,
because Fenrir
stun
goes,
ult, and you
if
don't
he
have
goes, "Hey,
beads, you're
I
pretty
stunned
much
you."
dead. Yeah.
No, it's not even that. He says, "I stunned you, so I'm gonna get this back in like 6 seconds." Is that cool? That's cool.
All right, next god, Kurnos. I'm gonna put him at S.
Yep.
He's just gonna sit in S. Good clear, good presence of mind. He makes you. He's also one of the guys that make you like. He has pretty much 4 passives. He has 4 passives. He has a Bramble Burst that roots you if it hits you directly. But if it still doesn't hit you directly, you still take all that damage regardless if you're in that circle. And he has a good clear. Summer's fucking broken. The whole passive is fucking broken. The only
all of his forms are broken in some way, shape, or form. Like pretty much at once you hit level 3, I guess is when you would get the 1, 3 or 4. Whenever you get the level 1, once you get his first ability, he pretty much has Death Toll without. I mean, he pretty much has Dev Glows without the stack.
Without the stacking power.
He has Frostbound Hammer. He has Executioners. And then he just has.
And he has
damage.
Bluestone on his auto attacks.
Yes, and he has Bluestone.
So
on top of the Bluestone that you're probably gonna get.
And he has a pretty good. He has a pretty good dash. That's pretty fast. That's pretty fast. It goes through. It goes through. It goes. Yeah. No, it's not. It's not a knockup.
Not anymore. They used to.
It just goes through people.
Okay.
Yeah, his dash does good damage, and it goes through. It goes through gods, I believe, right? It goes through gods, so he can run through gods. And a good thing about it is that he can dash and cancel the dash like midway if he wanted to. Yes, you can cancel his dash midway. So if you're dashing at somebody trying to get the kill or trying to do quick damage on them, you can hit them with Bramble Burst, dash at them, and like stop right there as you're hitting them, so you don't go through them. And you don't have to like
those are all abilities. So those are all abilities. So Bluestone procs for everyone.
He's Neef. He's the better Neef. Neef is supposed to be the easy ability based hunter, but Kurnos is that easy ability based god. And that ult has a big ass radius and it's dumb as fuck. So yeah, he's the S. Chalk.
Yeah, moving on.
Chalk A. I'm not getting into this much because I think I say it a lot during my streams. Chalk doesn't lose lane. He doesn't win lane. He's just there. Chalk is just there. He's like any other god. If he's a hit,
he's a silence. He's a silence every 60
right.
seconds.
That's
the life
all.
of
He
Chalk.
has damage, but who cares really? Every warrior has damage. So at the end of the day, Chalk is just Chalk. So we're moving on. Chang'e, A+.
Yeah.
I think Chang'e is A+. The only reason why she's A+ is because since they nerfed her, if she didn't get nerfed in the last patch, she would be a S-. But since she got nerfed, we're gonna put her at A+, huh? They increased her cooldowns. That's the only thing they did was increase her cooldowns. So technically, to me, she's still technically a A+ in my eyes because she still could go solo. She could still go jungle. People are just sleeping on her. That's all it is. Yeah,
But see, just because people are sleeping on her doesn't knock her down. I think she's an S-.
That shit is a thing. That shit was getting she was getting played in the jungle at the same time when people were playing Kurno's jungle, and they were banning Kurno's and Chang'e as first pick bans, first pick and first like. And she was.
Listen, I still. I think she's S-.
S-. But I'm saying the reason why she's an A+ is because she got nerfed. That's why I say she's S-.
I understand, but yeah, they increase her cooldowns, but she's still Chang'e.
Right.
If she hits multiple with her ult, that's gonna devastate a team fight. She has an AOE heal, unlike Aphrodite.
Yeah. But
she very rarely has to leave lane.
But the heal doesn't. Yeah, the heal doesn't do that much. Like the thing is. Right, but right now, like we're trying to say, but right now, the reason why she's also an A+ is that the fact, that's true and all, she does all that, but does she really make you change how you play the game? Does she really stop you from diving her on the tower or anything like that?
Yes.
No.
It's only early game.
Right, cause she's still,
Because our cooldowns are better than yours. You're gonna sit there and do more damage to you over time.
Yeah.
But if you're able to chunk out damage.
And then with the changes to her cooldown, I played Chang'e recently. Those changes to those cooldowns, I can actually feel it because I was used to the old ones. Once I gotta get used to these new ones, just so I can play her correctly like I used to. I don't feel like I'm fucking up. But since with these cooldown change, she's not as strong as I think she used to be. That's why I'm putting her at A+. Cause in S-, Athena or Willis are still fucking. I still fear these two more than I fear Chang'e. When I see Chang'e, I'm going when's her 2 down? Let me know where her 2's down, and then we'll kill her. That's pretty much how that is, in my eyes. A Willix and Athena, I'm like, Feather steps down. That bitch still hurts. It was like Athena's taunt is down. She still hurts and still has ultimate. I don't give a fuck. What the fuck you mean? That shit's down. So, Chang'e's 2 down. Oh, okay, gank that bitch. Fuck her up. Yo, she got ult, watch the ult. Who cares? I got beads. She's gonna die. Chiron, A. Chiron's supposed to be the easy hunter that everybody should be able to play. Actually, he's supposed to be the I think he's a I think I don't know about Chiron. I think I'm putting him at A-. And the only reason I'm putting him at A- is because I don't see him that much. And when I do see him, the Chiron does well. It seems like they do well, but then at late game, they just don't matter no more. It's like once you get to late game, the other hunter, if it's like a Rama or even an Artemis, they just seem more threatening than the Chiron would be. The only thing that's annoying about Chiron is that he just doesn't die fast enough because he has an ultimate that says, I don't die until I fire 3 shots. And if I do get a kill, I come back to life. But how am I going to do that if I'm already dead? So yeah, we're just going to do that. Chronos, A+. This is up for debate though. This is up for debate, I feel like. Because from what we've seen while we've been recently playing and what
You said A+?
Yeah, A+.
I'd say A.
A. Alright.
Only because it takes him a really long time to come online, and he has to be protected and babysat for a while. But if you get him to that point, yeah, he can carry, but it just takes him a little bit.
Okay, I can agree with that. Wolf, what'd you say about Kronos? You think got A plus? Yeah, I think this is the one where we're all just gonna go stick with just A then. Since we don't really know much and we haven't really seen much from the Kronos, we just feel.
It also doesn't help that he doesn't have that Fatalis.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Cool. Well, like how you said this guy's name? Kukulin. He's new god. So right now for this tier list, we're just gonna put him down in SS, just because he like nobody's really supposed to be in SS, but we haven't played the guy yet. We don't have him yet on console. So we're just going to put him up in SS for now. We're not going to talk about it. But if looking from what I've seen from the guy revealed and everything, if I was to rate him, I would put Cuckoo at another A or A+, pretty much. But I haven't done no testing with him. I don't know if certain abilities work with certain things, but until then, he's going to sit here in SS. Cupid. We're gonna put him in. I think Cupid's an A+, and I think Cupid's an A+ because he's a really good god, and I will pick him over Kronos pretty much. Cupid does damage. If you build him like you could build him like a regular hunter, but even then, if you build him like almost ability based, almost with just some attack speed, now that his 3 gives him passive attack speed as you level it. He still hurts. Heart Bomb's a fucking threat if you get hit with Heart Bomb. Because if you get hit with Heart Bomb, you can't be standing around your teammates. You gotta start walking away from them, or else they'll get stunned. If it was the stun Heart Bomb. Why is everybody leaving all of a sudden? The hell's going on?
Yeah, I ain't doing nothing no more.
Why is everybody leaving? D must have left to go play the game or something. I don't see Bert. Bert must have got offline. But alright. Back to the thing. So yeah, Cupid's gonna be an A+, and then Field of Love is still cripple. Big area effect, good control, map control, team fight control, all that. So Cupid's gonna be A+. Dodgy. Huh? Dodgy. Right now, I'm gonna put her at A- because the god, like I can see that Hi-Rez wants the god to be like good, but at the same time, the kit is she just doesn't play well. Like the kit seems alright or like slightly interesting, but she just doesn't play well. That's pretty much what it is. She just doesn't flow really well. You just can't transition through her kit really fast like how you could with a Alma or on her or Aphrodite. It's just like you just see her kit, you execute the kit, and you just get frustrated playing the god. Like overall, like she's just frustration. And I don't put her A-. I don't say she's in like completely like with a Baka or like a Muzikab, because I still think she could still do some things, but that's only for the people who are willing to play through the frustration of the god, pretty much. Other than that, that god's very frustrating, especially with that ult. That shit's fucking dumb, and the fact we gotta wait another week until we get the fucking change where she can finally cancel her ult to get off that fucking pile out is so fucking annoying. But I don't know. I think they should rework her. Keep the first three abilities, but probably change her ult to something different because like it's just not working out, man. Erlang Shun. I'm going to put him at I'm gonna put him at A. Because the reason why I'm putting him at A is because I will pick Amaterasu before I pick Erlang Shin. Pretty much. Like Erlang Shin's good and all, but he's just his heal. The great thing, like he just can't do what he used to anymore. It's not really much to talk about. Like his ult is just like is a taunt that gives him health after like he survives long enough. But that means he has to do it and survive for the next like 5 or whatever seconds it is before he gets that burst heal. And the burst heal is not all that like bursty, if you know what I mean, right? So like it's just Erling Shin, just Erling Shin. But don't get me wrong, he's really fucking annoying to fight, hit up. But like at the end of the day, Erling Shin is not being no Robin. Erling Shin is not being no Osiris. Erling Shin is not being no Bologna. Erling Shin is not being no Hercules. Period. Not without help. And even if he did get help, he could still probably lose that 1v1. So, Erlang Shin's a A. Fafnir, S-. Fafnir's getting played once again. I don't know why people stopped playing this god before, trying to say he was bad, and then now they're playing the god again. Maybe it's because meditation's been nerfed, and no one cares about meditation, and people are going to items like Frenzy, coupled with Coerce on Fafnir. Boy, that's like having old school Odin's passive when it was brokenish. I mean, old Odin with his Raven shout that increased everybody's attack speed and physical power. But don't sleep on Fafnir. My man makes you change the game completely. 2 stuns when you transform the dragon to, and then you gotta fight him technically twice. Like, the god's really good. Really good. Fafnir. Fenrir, we're gonna put him in, I would say A+. Since we have Kamzats here, and we've talked about it before, that how some of us like Fenrir over Kamzats, we're gonna put him in the same tier as Kamzats, and that's Fenrir. Fenrir is good at jungle. He can play solo. He has a weak support game, but he can still slightly do it depending on the situation and the god setup and the players. Fenrir's kit flows very well. He has a stun. He has a leap that could become a stun after the runes, and then if he hits somebody with the jump, no matter if he gets the stun or not, it doesn't matter. It reduces the cooldown of it, and he just moves on with it. And he can get it back later, like within 6 seconds or so. So, Fenrir, A+. Give me a minute. Look at chat real quick. Alright. No chat. Alright, so next guy is gonna be Freya. Freya, we're gonna put her in A. Same place as Kronos because she's having the same problem like Kronos. You got a babysitter to get her ahead, but once she gets ahead, gets to late game, she's a ticking time bomb. She just becomes a monster. But at the end of the day, she has to get there, and if she doesn't get there, she loses. So that's pretty much it. There's not much to go into. 2's a slow. The first ability is just a damage increase and more life steal. 3 is a banish that takes people out of combat, and then her ult takes her out of combat, and she does damage from above. But it's not like she moves any faster. She just can't be targeted by a while, and doesn't really keep people from chasing her down for the most part, unless she's ahead and she's using it aggressively. But other than that, Freya, she's in there. Ganesh, I'm gonna put him at S. Ganesh right now is in a state where he gets picked, he gets first pick banned, he gets first pick or banned, pretty much. And that's because this god is dumb. Does a lot of damage. His first ability does a shit ton of damage. And I mean a shit ton of damage. Like, that shit feels like, when he hits me with that one, I feel like I got hit with an ult sometimes. That's how, and then he's just annoying. Dashing ability that goes through obstacles and could stun you in place and then knock you up afterwards. And then he has a silence to keep you from escaping. I've seen a lot of Ganeshas use that silence so effectively that they just fuck over so many other gods' whole entire combos and what they do. Like, for instance, a Hui or Hercules. Like, they just, like, Ganesh is really fucking good. And his ultimate is a pretty good ultimate. Even though it's old new WAD's ult, it's still good ult. It puts you in space and gives you an ultimatum. You fight in here, you either fight in this cage, you fight us in this cage, and you probably die, or you walk through that cage, get slowed, and still die. The choice is yours, my friend. The choice is yours. And even he can even use it to deter people from coming into his team as they're doing objectives. So you could be doing Go Fairy or Fire Giant, drop that ult on top of the Fire Giant, or even the Go Fairy to do constant damage over time, and you're telling the enemy team, if you step into this ring, best believe you will not be leaving with your life. That's Ganesh in a nutshell. He's a S, same as Kronos. Let's go. Next god, Geb. Geb is A plus. Like, no, actually, I'm gonna put him A plus. Only reason why I'm putting him at A plus is because I like Geb over all these gods right here, and A. Because when I see a Geb pick, I'm never mad or happy. Well, I'm happy because you're picking a good support, but at the same time, I'm not like jumping out. Ooh, he picked like I would if they picked a Ganesh or Athena or Fafnir. You know what I'm saying? But Geb is really good, and he's probably also one of the best in-game supports in the game right now, next to like Fafnir and Ganesh. Athena, not so much, because in late game, that's when you can really work with Athena a lot more. But once again, that's only if you have your actives and everything up. But as for Geb, Geb's really fucking good. He has a stone shield. His only weakness is his late game, and once he gets out of late game to his only weakness is his early game, and once he gets out of the early game into his late game, mid to late game, the god does exceptionally well. Even from behind, he still does his job. Geb in a nutshell, I think he's an A+. Goddamn Wolf, can you like turn me down or whatever, please? Next god, Guan Yu. Guan Yu is a B. Do not play Guan. There's no real reason why you should be playing Guan Yu. Unless you're playing for fun or to use that fucking skin or whatever, there's no real reason to play Guan Yu. It takes so much to really make Guan Yu work, and since he just doesn't heal enough. If they just do something with his heal, or something with that god where he gets more health, or something, like, I don't know. Stop trying to make him like a pseudo support type god like Guardian. I feel as though that he should just like, if they just focus more on himself instead of him helping others, or that his passive, I feel as though they can really make Guan Yu a really good god. Just change the passive or whatever, or his heal or something, and just make the god good, man. Like there was a time where he was good and people were still picking other shit other than Guan Yu, and he was still a pretty good god. It's just, I don't know what they're thinking in Hi-Rez, but right now I feel as though he's a B. Actually, I ain't gonna put him in B. I'm gonna put him in A minus, because he's just below the balance bar. You know what I'm saying? He's just below it, like these guys are. So yeah, Guan Yu, don't pick him. Hades, I'm gonna put him in S minus. For console wise, in S minus, because Hades does a shit ton of damage. Doesn't matter if they nerf this guy, he still does a shit ton of fucking damage. People play him like an assassin, and he still gets out and away with fucking kills. It's fucking dumb. God does a shit ton of damage. Heals a lot, does a lot. The god's good. Pick him. Or ban him. Hades is a S minus. Fuck out of here. Habwa. A minus. I don't need to go into much about Habwa. He has a knockup, he has a slow immunity, he has damage, and all that does even more damage. But at the end of the day, that doesn't stop you from saying, I'm going to kill Habwa. Hang on, guys. Yeah. Got you. Sorry about that, guys. That was my mother. But yeah, like Habwa is just A minus. I see him as the same as Apwash. Just a god that has so much potential, could be really good, and does a lot better in the hands of somebody who's really good with the god. Hell, some people are probably gonna argue with me saying that Hell should be not in B, but I say Hell's a B god. She doesn't heal as good as she used to. She heals so much, but she still heals well and does decent damage. But once again, she doesn't make you change how you play the game. She doesn't make you want to go like, hey, we can't kill this Hell or anything like that. You can still kill the fucking Hell. It takes a master to really make Hell shine. And even when that master Hell shine, they can still end up fucking losing. So at the end of the day, Hell is a B god. Next god, Hercules. Hercules is S minus. Hercules is still still a really good fucking solo laner. He's probably one of the better picks into a Bologna, but at the end of the day, he still loses to Bologna. doesn't matter. You driving strike Bologna. If Bologna's off to the side of the lane, you're not hitting the whole entire lane. You will have to use your knock-up to get the group the minions up, and by that time, Bologna's already using bludgeon to clear the wave. And if you do it to stop her, what then? How are you going to clear the wave against a Bologna with bludgeon? You're not. Because you stop bludgeon, she still has auto attack and hands. And then she could just use her 3. She could level her 3, then use that to help her clear wave. A lot of people forget that Bolognas have that 3 that disarms the shit. Like, Bologna is just better and broken as fuck. But Hercules is still damn good. And if Hercules is ahead and he's tanky as fuck late game, best believe you're not fucking killing him. Still a good god. He goes to S-. Hu Yi, another god in S-. Reason why is because now Hu Yi is one of the few hunters that can build that First Tierlist bullshit with Runeforge Hammer to do more damage because of his kit allows it. He has a stun, he has a slow, he has a knockup. Even though I don't think Runeforge works on knockups, but still, he has a 40% slow. Like, what the fuck? He just has, and he's a good 1v1 boxing hunter. Like, the god is really fucking good. Play Hu Yi. I want, like, a lot of more people should learn how to play Hu Yi. And then, like, the ricochet is just fucking retarded. That in the hands of somebody who's really good with Hu Yi and knows how to use that ricochet, that kit really well, Hu Yi is just a fucking monster and a beast. Hu Yi's S-. Humbats, A+. The Humbats is not as broken as he used to be, or he doesn't determine picks and bans anymore like he used to be, but he's still a good jungler. He's still a good assassin. Fear no evil. The ult is still fucking really good. One of the best ults on an assassin today. Disrupts the whole entire team fight and even secures kills a lot easier on certain gods. Humbats is, and he had technically 2 leaps in a way. He has a teleport and a jump that slows. So at level 1, he could go in level 1 and 2. He could just really kill almost any assassin, depending on the assassin at level 2. Guaranteed. Like, he can get away with it. Humbats, A+. Isis, A. She has good wave clear, a silence and a stun, good damage, good ult for team presence, everything, but that's about it. Like, she's not the end all or be all. She's just there. She's similar to Agni. She's just there, really. And like Agni, she does good damage and everything, but at the end of the day, she's just Isis. You know what I'm saying? So you can take that as it is. I feel as though she's a A. Izanami, I'm gonna place her as right now, since I haven't seen a lot of good Izanami players on PS4 or even in the SPL and the SCL. I'm gonna put her on A. Izanami's still technically good. That's why she's an A, because she's pretty much balanced. But I feel as though on her is a better pick than Izanami. Don't know why. I don't think there was much really changed to her. Maybe it's just the type of builds or whatever people pick now. It's just, I don't know. It's just that Izanami to me just doesn't do it as much as on her would. A good on her is like a good on her versus a good Izanami. I still take the good on. I still put my money on the good on her player. But she's still a decent god. She's still pick worthy. She's still playable. You can still go into like casual conquest game or even ranked with her and do really well with her. But at the end of the day, there's still better picks to her. But she's still damn good. So Izanami is an A. Giannis. I do not know why nobody plays this god. I'm putting him in S-. Good damage, good escape, good team, like good presence in a team fight, and he has one of the best mobilities that globals in the game that involves the whole entire team as a whole. He could get your team from point A to point B within a matter of seconds. When you see that ult come rushing through the map, you're going like, who the fuck? Oh my god, Giannis ult. Like, you get mad, you get pissed as shit, or you start fucking shitting yourself and pissing yourself because you know damn well 4 or 5 niggas gonna be coming out that portal like Debo and shit, running up in your crib and going like, what the fuck you doing here? This is our area. Give us this shit. You all die. Or it could just be Giannis's damn self coming through. You still gonna be like, hold up, Debo. Why are you here? Run your shit. That's Giannis. Don't know why nobody plays this god. Why the SPL don't play this god. This god still fucking hurts. Portal's still fucking broken. The slow is still fucking good. Like, the god is just good overall. Play Giannis. Play him. And if I'm in your game and you're my mid, play Giannis. But if you're not my mid and you're against me, please don't play Giannis. Because I hate fighting against this god. It's so fucking dumb. He just gets out of situations where any other mage would die. He could just go like, I want a portal and get away completely. And stop all aggression. That's Giannis. Jingwei, I'm putting her at A+. I think Jingwei's really good right now. I think she's in a good spot. And from what I've seen with, like, actually, no, I'll put her at A. Because I haven't seen a lot of other Jingwei players, but from what I play with her and how I experience with her, I feel as though she's, like, just in between A and A+. So I'm just going to put her at A for now. Maybe next tier list, I'm going to change her and put her up above. But,
No.
what'd you say no for?
No, not you.
But, yeah, Jingwei, she's an A. She's an A tier god, so, yeah. Let's go with that. Oh, shit. What's going on? Let me see this chat real quick. Hang on, Ashley. Give me a minute. Let me adjust my TV so that way I can see chat and better see. This way I can engage in chat while I'm doing this. Sorry about that. Alright, Anubis. Well, Anubis is B, but Opwatch is A. Cuckoo's SS. You've been smoking crack. Ah. You funny. I'll get into that later, pro. And yes, Anubis is B and Opwatch is A-. Because we was talking about, I don't know when you got in here, pro, but we was having a debate of like, I was like, we think Arachne was better, and then we had Opwatch down here, but we still was like, which is better, blah, blah, blah. It was a whole conversation. You wasn't here for it. So, get good. Who was on? I was on Giannis, yeah. I was on Giannis, but Giannis broken. Play the god. Alright? So, moving on to the next god. Kali. Kali, I'm gonna put her in the same tier as Humbats. She doesn't control picks and bans like other assassins, like a Willix or anything like that kind of, or any other god, but she's still a really good fucking jungler, especially if she could get a kill early game and just get it hit, because then she becomes an unkillable machine. She just becomes destruction itself and just kills everything. She just becomes unkillable. And the only real way to kill her is either CC her to death before she gets her ult off, or CC her to death while she's using her ult, and then just kill her or force her out the team fight completely, or just stay alive long enough. Other than that, Kali is an A+ god. Not much really to say about her. She's pretty good. Khepri, we're going to put Khepri in also an A+. Wait, where are you, Khepri? Because Khepri is sort of like Geb. And you know what? Actually, no. I'm going to pick Khepri, yeah. Pick Khepri at S and Ashley at S-. Because Khepri can still be a first pick, first ban type of god. He's still ban worthy. He still catches that ban. When he gets picked, you still got to play a game. You still got to play the game differently, because now you have to fight whoever you're trying to kill twice. And if you don't pick a guy like Thanatos or Ao Kuang to counter him, then you're just really fucked, and you always got to fight two gods. You always got to fight two gods, pretty much. The same god twice, I mean. So Khepri, he's going to be in an S-. Kukulkan. We're going to put Kukulkan A. I'm putting Kukulkan at A. He could be A+. I'm thinking about A+ or A. Let me see. But the only reason why he's here in A is because it just takes a lot to get the guy going, to get his engine started. He really needs to like not die in the first 10 minutes of the game for him to become like a really big enough threat come mid and late game. Because if he dies a lot in the early game, then he becomes useless. He becomes like he becomes like an Anubis, but just slightly better, or just as bad. But Kukulkan is better than Anubis overall. Kukulkan is still a good, decent mid. He still has good lane clear. He can help you get push the lane fast to get those buffs early, or to help them clear wave at a decent pace, so that way they don't invade your jungle. Kukulkan is a good mid, a good god. Play him. Kumba. I've been saying this since forever. Kuba Kana is by far the most underrated brokenest support I have seen in a long time. That I've been fighting against for a long time. This god is fucking dumb. This god is fucking annoying. I hate being mezzed and or rooted and then mezzed and then ulted and just to have half my life go away, and the Kumakana goes like, ha ha ha, you thought you was getting a kill, or ha ha ha, I'm going to kill you. Fuck Kumbhakana. Fucking hate fighting against this god. Another one of the gods that I just hate fighting against. But I know when I see a good god, and a Kumbhakana is really good. He's not an A, but he's not an A, and he's not an S minus, but god damn it, he's an A plus in my opinion. And that's Kumba. Kuzumbo. B. Don't play the god. Just don't play the god. It's not worth your time and effort. You think you're having fun, you think you're doing good, but watch when that that mid to late game comes around, and see how bad you're getting fucked on. Or better yet, see how bad your whole entire team's getting fucked on, and how much anybody on the enemy team cares about what you're doing. That's Kuzumbo in a nutshell. Don't play the god. Play something else. Loki. Loki's an A, because Loki's just Loki. At the end of the day, Loki's just Loki. Alright, we don't, like, everybody knows about Loki. I don't have to talk much about him, but we all know that Loki's not a bad god, and we know Loki's not an uber tier broken god, but we know he's pretty good. So let's put Loki in A for now, until maybe the day comes when he does become A plus or even higher. But Loki right now is an A. A Medusa is an A plus. She doesn't control picks and bans, but she's still a solid hunter. She's still really good. She still has good clear. She could go out of the Bluestone start with stacking, or Bluestone with just going straight into boots and attack speed. She can do, her build variety is really still out there. It's still really big. Medusa is a good god. Medusa should be played. Medusa is a A plus. Mercury, A plus. The only real bad thing about Mercury I can really say is that his early game's not that great, but his mid to late game is really good. The only thing you gotta watch out for in late game is dashing haphazardly. Don't dash too much. Don't dash. Yeah, you just don't dash. You know, and when I say dash, I mean use his third ability, the dash and grab, like the special delivery. I think that's what it's called. You don't want to use that too much at late game, because if you do, and your team is not in the right position to follow up with you, or if the enemy team's in the right position to turn on you, then you could end up killing yourself and throwing your life away. But at the end of the day, Mercury still has one of the best late games for the assassins. He becomes almost like pretty much a hunter, but instead of all attack with range all attacks, he has melees and a range like AoE crit that can just like turn your whole day sour. Mercury is A plus. Play him. Naja, A plus. With that change that they did, that change with the ring bell single-handedly made Naja go from like an A minus to a fucking B plus. Because at level 1, if he hits you with that ring and it's only 2 gods, you are fucked. I don't care what you say, what you do, or who you are. If Naja hits you with that ring at level 1, and there's no minions or anything around y'all, and y'all just so happen, like which most people would do, group up next to each other, y'all gonna get fucked on so badly. Y'all gonna get slowed, lose all your protections, and you just giving Naja even more damage and more and more movement, pretty much. Don't fight. Don't be grouping up too haphazardly at level 1 or 2 against a Naja. Just clear the wave and take his jungle if you can. And if not, go take your own jungle. Just don't get hit with ring toss. Cause if you get hit with ring toss and then you get sashed and ulted and you don't have beads or a bracer to try to cushion that blow before or afterwards, you're fucked, my friend. Naja, learn how to play him. Good God, just get good at hitting skill shots. Neef, A. Neef is a A. Neef is the easy hunter that everybody likes to play. She does good damage. And recently, I don't know what's been going on, but some people have been going attack speed with her, which with the more prominent attack speed builds, and she's been doing really well with attack speed. So I say Neef's a good god. She's really good player. She's also a good god to learn the game with. So there's a reason why we see Neef like almost on everything, along with Thor. Nemesis. Nemesis, I probably gonna get some flack for this. I want to say Nemesis is an A+, but I feel as though she's really an S-, and that's only because until we get the patch that changes her, like she reduces her passive, Nemesis, outside of once she hits level 5, Nemesis really becomes a threat, and she's not behind. If Nemesis is not behind, then Nemesis is technically gonna be ahead, because by late to mid game, you can't really fight into a Nemesis because you would lose all your protections. You lose a quarter of your health because of her ult. And you lose damage over time because of her passive. And she just gains more power and just be able to fuck you up. And have attack speed and do all this other crazy Nemesis crap. Gets a shield health that gives her health over time and reflects it back to you. So like a pseudo Thorns. And she gets 2 dashes, and now she can do abilities in between the 2 dashes. Nemesis is by far a S- jungler. Player. Learn how to play her. Get good with her. She's really fun once you get good with her. And her skins, damn good. Nike. Been seeing a lot of Nike play recently. I think Nike's A. And the reason why I say she's an A is because she's not as good as Amaterasu. That's the only reason. Other than that, the god's pretty good. It's just that right now, how solo lane is determined and picked. If the only way she could really get out of solo lane really well is if guys like Hercules, Tyr, and Bellona are not there, or even Osiris or Robin. But if she's in solo lane with anything else though, especially anything that can't stop her clear, then Nike's still pretty good. And her passive's still pretty good too. Got a pretty good, decent knockup, still good damage and everything, and the ult's still pretty good. God's technically a balanced good god. Good, decent god. The only problem is that solo lane is just dominated by so many powerhouses that she just can't find a foothold for herself in there. But at the end of the day, she's an A. Nox, A-. I put her at A- because I think Nox is a better pick than Anubis. That's pretty much what it comes down to. Anubis, I hate you for it. I can hate you for it. Nox, I can't hate you for it. Cause especially if you're a really good Nox. Really good Noxes know how to play the god. And I just love Nox as a whole. Like, I just love her character design and her kit can be good. My only thing is that Nox can literally can shoot from here all the way up to here or here if they just do some slight changes. And my thing is that if they remove the post hit delay on her 2 and allow her to instantly just fire her 1, that guy would become so much better. But due to the delay on the 1 and the post-hit delay on the 2, she can't really make her kit really shine. But if they remove some of those stuff, in my opinion, that guy's fucking busted. She's gonna be really fucking good. Oh, and a nice little trick that most people don't know is that if you pick Nox, Nox is also a good pick into Odin. Because Odin's Bird Bomb doesn't explode on Nox's 2. So if you know that the Odin is going to jump at you and jump on top of you, what you can do is use your 2 on the place where he's going to land. And when Odin lands, he'll land, but Bird Bomb won't get exploded. It'll get silenced out. So Odin becomes like easy, and then he becomes even more of a bigger target for your 1, because since you know where he's going to land, you just aim where he's going to land, and then boom, Odin's fucked. I do it all the time when I see Odins. And it seems like every Odin player doesn't know that it works like that. Because they do the same thing every time when I play Nox. They keep trying to jump on me with Bird Bomb, and I just drop my 2, and I root them in place, and they just die for free. It's fucking funny. Nuwa. A. She's an A. I don't have to say much. We all know how Nuwa is. I feel as though she can be good. She can be better. It's just that there hasn't been no one who could make Nuwa be warranted a pick or ban or really good at the game. But casual wise in Conquest and anything, and probably any other game mode, she's a pretty good god. She's pretty decent. Nuwa's fun. Let her be. Nuwa. Odin. A. Slightly above his own. Odin's just, his only weakness is at that late game where everybody can kill Odin, pretty much. But other than that, pretty much early mid game, he's pretty decent, pretty powerful. That's when you really feel the true impact of Odin. It's just that by late game, when his damage starts falling off and everyone else gets more damage and like defenses or whatever, Odin becomes less a factor. And then his cage only becomes useful as like a disengage tool, or trying to secure at least 1 kill, or just being annoying. Other than that, like Odin's only time when he like really shines is in the early game, early to mid. But once it hits late game, who cares about an Odin? Just kill him, basically. Especially if you have a Willix, just kill the motherfucker. And then like his only real straight counter is gods like a Willix or like a Nox or whatever that can really stop the Bird Bomb combo. Other than that, he's just a decent god. Osiris. S. And the only reason why he's a S is because Osiris, actually, the take back a thing I changed before, I'm gonna actually move Hercules up to an S, because Hercules is on the same level as Osiris in my eyes, but not the same level as Bellona. Right now, Bellona dominates the S plus position. There's no one there who can match her in the solo lane. A fed Bellona or even a equally strong Bellona is fucking a threat. Only way to kill this god is with a whole team. Same thing with these two, but at the end of the day, they're still manageable at late game. They're not like guys you could go into rank or anything like that to go like, I'm gonna dominate this whole entire fucking game, because that's just who I am. Bellona could do that. These guys technically can't really do it. But Osiris, he's really fucking good. He's really good. Good at attack. All attack cancels with his abilities, plus his very kit. The fact that you can like in the beginning of the game just use use your 2 a couple of times to get your passive earlier, get that damage reduction going much earlier in the laning phase. You can really box it, even if they do the change to the death toll. Doesn't really matter. You're still healing just enough to sustain in lane and the box. And with your 3, which is reduces damage, especially with more people that you tether, it's just really good. Osiris is really good. Play him. S. Poseidon, A+. Poseidon is an A+ god. Give me 1 second, chat. Be right back. about that. I was I had to put clothes in the dryer and use the bathroom. So yeah. But we were on Poseidon. Poseidon is a A+ god because he has good wave clear, good event and like good level 1 fight skill early game, and a good mid game. The only time he kind of falls off is towards the late game where his cracker becomes less of a threat really. It is impactful, yes, but it only becomes impactful if you can get multiple people in it by late game. Early to mid that's when it's really effective and impactful, especially if you spam it. You have to use Kraken. What a lot of Poseidon players do that I've seen a lot of times is that they don't use the Kraken enough in the early game. It's just like they just hold it. Just throw the ability out. Just do it. Stop trying to use it to kill people with. Just use that fucking ability to get the secure kills, to get the damage out. You want to make Kraken a threat. If you're just holding it every fucking time, people are not going to care that you have Kraken. Especially towards the mid to late game. You want to use Kraken as much as you can at its strongest, which is in the early game to mid game, as much as you can. The secure objectives, the secure kills, to add more damage to a team fight or to a potential kill, use the Kraken. Just use it. And the guy has good mobility through the map and everything. Rotate a couple times. Go get those jungle buffs. Go get those camps. Go get those slight little ganks and duo solos. Follow your jungle around. Use the one to clear the way, like a knockback and everything. Gem isolation. Rush the gem isolation. The guy boots plus a rush gem isolation into a hasten Vitalis. Poseidon becomes one of the most annoying fucking mages in the game. He's an A+. Just an A+. Ra, I don't put him at A. Ra is at A is because of his lack of people playing him. And the god being this type of god being a heavy skill-based character, especially on console, really hurts him, his potential ability to be an A+. Because the only time where you're a really good Raw is if you're able to hit the ult. Like, dead ass. If you're able to hit that ult almost every 100% of the time, that's when you become a god tier Raw. But if you can't hit that ult 100% of the time, or at least 90% of the time, or 80% of the time, you're not even worth it. You just become a heal bot in a way. But that's just me. Ra's a A. Not an A+, but he is a A. Rajan, C. Do not. Better yet, my man goes to D. Completely unplayable. Do not play Rajan. For some reason, this god does no damage. Nobody cares about him. Nobody cares about his kit, what he does, or what he's building. Do not play Rajan. The god still doesn't get played. You wanna know how bad Rajan is? I only saw one Rajan this whole entire year so far. Only one. And that was in a Clash game. And the guy was a guy rate 10. And you wanna know how many kills he got? 1. His team did win the game, but I only saw him get 1 kill. Other than that he actually got by himself. Other than that, that guy does no damage. He is not scary at all. Do not play Rajan. Don't waste your time on Rajan. And if you're one of those players who only buy their gods by using favor and whatnot, doesn't have the god pack, do not waste your favor on this god. Do not play Rajan. Play something else. Play Anubis if you want to play a mage. Play Hell. But do not play Rajan. Until they buff this god is not even a god. This is a placeholder for the actual Rajan that we're actually going to get later sometime whenever. Other than that, this Rajan that in his current state is fucking trash. Don't play him. Rama S-. Because since he doesn't determine picks and bans like these 4 gods, or even this god here, he's still S- because it's just Rama, yo. A good Rama is just really fucking good. He's like, you just can't knock a good Rama. Like, he's pretty safe. His ult safe. Good damage. Good wave clear. Like, the god as a whole is pretty good. It's just that once he gets to late game, he's like one of the best hunters in the game. I say I put Rama in that S- position. And he's just gonna hold that. I think he's always been like a S or A+ type of god. In my opinion, what I've seen. So that's what I'm gonna put him at. Ratatasker, A+. Ratatasker still good. Not a lot of people play him like they used to anymore because he's not as OP. He determines picks and bans. But this god is still strong. That global ult, still good. That passive to heal off of his using his abilities plus while in the jungle, my man could get his health back after he went into a team fight that almost got him killed and get some of that health back and still continue the jungle and sit in the jungle longer. And then, like, being able to get that acorn at any time, anywhere in the jungle, my man doesn't have to back as early as most junglers do. Especially if he gets a hit, he can just continue to sit in the jungle for a little while longer and then back just to get mana. Ratatasker, really fucking good. And if you have that Eager skin, props to you, man. That, even though what Eager done recently is kind of fucked up, you gotta admit, that skin is fucking awesome. Console, how about you console these nuts? Rajan, S-. Rajan is also one of the few gods here in the S area where he pretty much determines the picks and ban phase. He doesn't determine it, but he gets picked and banned a lot. And that's what pretty much S is. S is that pick the guys who either change how you play in the game or they determine picks and bans. Determine picks and bans, it gets banned a lot or gets played a lot. That is S. And Raj is one of them. This is the most I've seen of gods in S, but once again, this is like a more drawn out, like stretched out tier list than most. But Rajan is a S- god. He got decent damage. He could jungle. He can solo. And I've seen some people try to support with him, even though they only do well in the early game and then fall off in the mid-late game. But if you're a jungle Raven or a solo Raven, you do well from all stages in the game. You got good damage all stages of the game. Your CC is pretty halfway decent, but you're not really trying to do all that. You're Roger. You're trying to go in, go ham, do a lot of damage to one person while you're taking less damage from everywhere else. That's Rajan. Play him. And even though you don't get Sunder Rajan no more, you still get like Frenzy Rajan or some stupid shit like that. Shit, you can even use fucking the emblem to slow people down even more, just so you can wail on them a lot more. Rajan, play him. Scylla, A+. Scylla is just that late game monster that we always know her for. And that's all she really is. Her early game's pretty weak. Her mid game's pretty decent. But her late game's where she really shines. And that's the great thing about Scylla. She always been like an A+ god. There's probably one time where she was like S tier, where her crush was doing like, came out faster and did a lot of damage. But other than that, she's an A+ guy right now, and I think this is where she belongs, and she's good here. She's good. She should be an A+. She's also like Ratatasker. I don't know why they don't market him more, but like Ratatasker, Scylla is probably one of the most marketable characters in Smite right now. They could do so well because you all know, because everybody loves a lolly and fairies. So come on, Hi-Rez, more skins, more funny skins with these two gods. Like, come on, let's go. If anything, if you keep making skins over and over again, Hi-Rez, these two should have the most skins. Fuck a Ymir. Give these two guys the most skins in the game. Surcat. Surcat gets dropped down to an A. She used to be like an A+ to an S- before, but with the changes to her passive and everything, she doesn't become a real threat unless she's fed or she gets hit. Unless she's fed in the head or she gets to late game where her kit can really shine. Other than that, if she's nowhere if none of those conditions met, which half the time, not a lot of times that really does happen in a casual game or even a ranked game, Surcat doesn't really do that well. But she does do well against gods like Hercules and Hell and healing comps. That's where she really shines. Other than that, she's just an A. She's just a decent god to play, pretty much. And she's just Surcat. She doesn't control anything. And then like Surcat loses technically really hard to a Willis because Surcat can't do Surcat shenanigans with a Willis ult still being off a cooldown. Scotty is A. With the changes to Calder, she's an A. Now that Calder can be killed during the ult, she's still like trust me, she's still strong in my opinion. Actually, I'm gonna put her at A+. Because she's on the same level as on her. I feel as though they're still pick worthy at the same time. But Scotty, with Calder not being immune to damage during the ult, that's less time you have to worry about Calder being in your face, and more time you can focus on killing Scotty. And any time where you can spend more time focusing Scotty and not Calder is a plus in your favor, pretty much. But other than that, Scotty's still pretty decent hunter. She's still really good, still really strong. But with the nerf to Calder and the change to her, it really brought her back in line and range with the other hunters, and really submit her place as a A+ type of god. Sobek is A. He's a balance. He's balanced pretty much. Yeah. I think I just put him in A because he's really balanced. He's just Sobek, really. The only problem with Sobek is that he's one of the few guardians that you can ignore for the most part and not worry about him and just still kill the rest of their team, because even though everything he does is a disruptible ability and displaces you and moves you out the way and makes you do other things, but at the end of the day, you're just still gonna kind of get around the Sobek and still kill the rest of the team. Gab will keep his teammates alive. Sobek's just trying to distract you from getting to the teammates, but at the end of the day, Gab, I think, is an A+. I feel as though Gab's better than Sobek in my opinion. Soul, I'm gonna put Soul in A+. We've been seeing a lot of Soul recently. She has had slight resurgence. She's now a good mid. She's being played again, once again in the mid lane. She's getting played in the hunter role again, and she still has her good damage, everything. The only thing she doesn't have is the Fatalis effect on her 3, but that 3 is still a good ability. It still gives her movement speed. It still makes her immune to damage. It still does taking damage if you walk in it. Like, Soul's still technically a really good god, and that ult is a pretty good ult in a team fight if you're able to hit multiple people. Cause it's just crazy how it just like does damage and knocks everybody up, and like some people just forget sometimes that it does knock up damage. And if she combos it with her 2, which is her throwing the Stellar Burst, yeah, you're just gonna take a lot of damage for free, man, and get slowed, get bodied. Sun Wukong, A+. Sun Wukong, with the changes to Sun Wukong now could actually clear the wave a lot earlier and do more stuff in the solo lane and just become even better. He's just a better god over now. He's an A+ god. Yay, Sun Wukong. Welcome back. The king is back. Only problem is that you're still more likely gonna lose to Hercules or Robin or Cyrus or Bellona. But if you're a really good Sun Wukong player and you know what you're doing, you can still do stuff. And now you're not as useless as you used to be when it comes to late game. Sun Wukong is good. Sasano. Sasano is S. You saw that I originally put him in S-, but the only reason I put him at S is because he's still, at the end of the day, no one wants to. Sasano has become like Loki was when Loki was really fucking good at OP back in like season 0, season 1 of Smite, when Loki was getting first pick, first ban all the time. And Sasano has gained that moniker now. Sasano is the type of guy that gets banned a lot. If you don't see him in the game, you're happy, but you almost see him so many times that you're just getting tired of seeing Sasano in the game every time. You just go like, can somebody please just play Loki? At one, I think I'd rather see a Loki than Sasano sometimes. For some people, not me per se. I still want to see a Loki, but at the same time, I still don't want to see a Sasano either. But Sasano is just he's still just as annoying, as strong as he used to be, as he's always been. Like, the guy's just really fucking good, and then people are still first picking him, first banning him every time. Because at the end of the day, there's probably still no real assassin that is as solid and as strong as he is right now, except for probably Door, in my opinion. Door or Nemesis or Awilix. Because Sasuna will always be Sasuna at all stages of the game. My camera. Let's move that over to the side a little bit. Alright, so next got Sylvanas. Sylvanas, I'm gonna put him in. Do I want to put A plus? Actually, I'm gonna put him at A. Sylvanas used to be OP as fuck, but now I don't know what happened. Maybe it's because the meditation got nerfed and everything, and all of the regs still doing this. Yeah, man, there's a lot of fucking gods. It's 80 something gods. Of course, I'm still doing this, bro. Fuck. Sylvanas, pretty good god. A. It's not much to really say about Sylvanas. He's just a A tier god. Still really good, but not as good as some others. And like I said, like, meh, dude. Terra. You should have waited until you had more than one viewer. Shit, I'm just glad I did it now, because when I first started, I only had one viewer. Now I have 6. Terra, A. Oh, now I dropped down to 3. Oh. Terra. Hey, what's up, Grid Adult? Terra, we're gonna put her at. Oh God. Terra, we're gonna put her at A. I'm gonna rank her as the same as Sylvanas. Not a lot of people playing her right now. She's not being played too often. And actually, you know what? I'm gonna put her at A plus. Because I feel as though people like her more than Sylvanas do, and play her a lot better than they do with their Sylvanas. And she's a lot more accessible than Sylvanas, because good Sylvanas players know how to hit the pull. But you don't need to worry about a pull when you're playing Terra. I don't know that number. Fuck it. So, that's Terra for you. Thanatos. A. I'm just gonna say Thanatos A. Either this is or Gucci. It's either this or Gucci. Ha! Hey, we gotta follow. Let's go, fam. Welcome. Welcome, my friend. Lolly Lord is now a Rage King. Lolly, you wasn't following me already, you son of a bitch. Motherfucker. Welcome. And you're supposed to be my mod. Son of a bitch. But won't be able to finish it. Alright, Grandal. I'm gonna see if I can get through this. I know it's long. Just testing it out. Troll. But, yeah. Thanatos, just Thanatos. Like, he's like, no one really plays him as they used to anymore. He's still a pretty good god, but no one plays Thanatos that much. Not anymore. Next god, Morgan. Morgan, why can't I click on the Morgan? What? Okay. I can't move the Morgan. What the fuck? Lolly fucked up my stream. Lolly, what did you do? To YouTube? Yeah, I'm trying. Yeah, I'm going to. Hang on. Oh my god. What the fuck? Why can't I move this character? Where'd he go? Oh, now he... Okay. Now there we go. Alright. Morgan is going into, A. Hacks. I'm putting Morgan into A because there's not enough good Morgan players in the world yet. Apparently. Like, no one can play all the guys in the game at a high enough level to warrant the Morgan pick. And if you are, then you're a pro. But if you're not, then don't play the Morgan. But Morgan's pretty decent, good damage, but she can still get caught out and still killed like a Kukulkan. She's almost like a Kukulkan. It's just that she's literally every other fucking god. That's why she's gonna be an A. With this at all said, who cares what you think, pro? This is my tier list, not yours. Go to work. So I agree with you. Like the S plus, S, and S minus. Yeah, like I think my S plus, S, and S minuses are on point. I think my A plus and A's are not. A lot of guys in wrong places. Pro, fuck out of here. Thor, I'm gonna put him at S minus, because even though Thor doesn't dominate the picks and bans, Thor is always gonna be an annoying ass god and really fucking good. And a really good Thor player is fucking annoying as fuck. Right now, Toph,
Yeah.
A plus. Reason why Toph is A plus is because he's just not getting played as he used to anymore. That's the only reason why I kind of put him there. Not a lot of people play him in console that much, or still have learned the ways of the Toph. Still threat, still good pick, but I just think he's an A plus at the moment right now. And actually,
Who?
you know what? No, let's put him at S minus. Might as well, cause for his past exploits and everything he done before, how he used to dominate picking bands, and he doesn't dominate as much as he used to anymore. He's still a good pick. He's like Thor. He's like the balanced version of a S tier character.
Is it both?
Next god, Tyr. Tyr is A. Tyr is A because Tyr is like cause come down to almost to the levels of a chop. Doesn't lose lane, doesn't win lane, and can control team fights and do well in team fights and do well in the laning phase. And he's just good in all stages of the game. You know what? I'm gonna put him at A plus because I think he's better than Chalk. I'm gonna put him A plus, but he still doesn't be a bigger threat than Osiris or Hercules. You see Tyr, you go like, all right, it's Tyr. You see Hercules or Osiris, you go like, oh fuck, it's Hercules or Osiris. You see what I'm saying? That's the difference. Ooh, A plus, same level as on her, similar and like potency and what they do. Got good damage, but at the end of the day, that's just ooh. Like he has no real ult to really change team fights, and I still say that Hui's a better hunter than ooh. Fall off at in game if he's behind, my man's. Next up, Vamana. Vamana, I'm gonna put him at A. And the only reason why I'm putting him at A is because there's no good Vamana players except for what's his name? I'm the real Vamana, or like I think that's his gamer tag, or I forget what it is. But I just know he has Vamana in his name. He's the only good broken tier fucking Vamana player I have ever seen. Every other Vamana player just do the same thing that other Vamana players do, or like just played like similar. But his Vamana for some reason just does so fucking much. I don't know why. But Vamana's an A. He's a good god, good pick. It's just that right now solo lane is just getting dominated by the fucking by these three. That's the only reason why he's down that low, and he's below tier in my opinion. Like if these two fight against each other, I'd say tier still does more for your team than Vamana does. That's just my honest opinion. Vulcan, I'm also gonna put him as A plus because to me, trying to kill a Vulcan is really fucking annoying because of that passive. He hits you with abilities, knocks you up, anything like that. You're still gonna take that. Like, what are you gonna do? You can't really chase him forever, and he can fucking stall you for like 5 seconds before you can actually kill him. Alright, later, grinding dog. Thanks for stopping by, my friend. Hope to see you soon, man. Shibalonke. Do not. Hang on. I'm doing this so I can scroll down. Shibalonke. It's a motherfucking B. I had to do that because I couldn't like scroll all the way down. Shibalonke is a motherfucking B. He's just like the rest of these guys. A motherfucking B. There's no real reason why you should be playing Shibalonke unless you're a master of it or you really like the god and have him god rank 10. Other than that, you should not be playing Xbalanque really that much, at least not in ranked. Jing 10. Jing 10's going to A. And I don't know why. Maybe it's the meta and how everything changed. But Jing 10 just doesn't have a stronger impact as he did when he did in the last split. Should be in D because she can get this D. Panda, shut your face. Ymir is going to be A. Ymir is the balanced version of all Guardians. He is the balanced ball of Ymir. If you want to see if a support is broken or really strong or really good, compare them to Ymir and see if they're better than Ymir or not. Ymir is really fucking good, especially on the Conquest map. That is Ymir. Next god, Zeus. Zeus, I'm gonna put him at A. And the only reason why I'm putting him at A is because Zeus is sort of like, let me see. What was the mage I was talking about earlier? Zeus suffers the same way as like Vamana. Zeus is like, A+, bruh. You think so? Alright, we could do that. We'll put, Zeus will be the Vamana of A+, where he could probably be stronger or higher up on this tier list. It's just that there's just not enough Zeus players to go around that actually make him really fucking good. But don't get me wrong, the god is still fucking strong and broken, and he still does have his weaknesses. He can still get fucked on by a lot of like different types of team comps and everything. It's just the fact that literally, I see a Zeus working a lot better in rank than I see a Anubis being played. If you get what I'm saying. And then our last god, Zhonghui, we're gonna put him at A+, because technically, Zhonghui's pretty good, especially from a hit. He's really strong and really fucking annoying, hard to kill. Ymir A? Yeah, right. I put Ymir at A. Yeah. The only reason I put him at Ymir at A is because Geb is an A+, and I value Geb more than I value Ymir. Zhonghui's just good. It's like he's good, but like don't get me wrong, the god's not bad. And he has his weaknesses, but technically his only real like overdrawn super weakness and direct counterplay is Nemesis, who's S-. So technically, if you're a god and your only like kryptonite is a 1 tier above you, your mine's is an S-. That means you have to be somewhere like 1 tier or at least within 2 tiers of that counter pick, right? Anubis below Opwatch. Who are you, Gucci? No. It's just the fact that Opwatch just does more damage than Anubis, in my opinion. Anubis has to sit there and channel all of his damage onto one person. Opwatch can literally just throw out corpses either from a distance or over a wall, and you can still feel that impact of damage. The only reason why Anubis probably in some people's eyes is better than Opwatch is because Anubis actually has an ult. But Opwatch can actually fucking kill you with just 2 abilities. With his first 3 abilities. Anubis has to burst his whole kit to kill you right away. Opwatch doesn't have to use his ult to kill you. And besides, even though his ult is technically not an ult, it's still technically an ult. And that would do the tier list, my friends.